Hello and welcome to the kitchen table. It's Alison Southern here again from the Milksham Team Ministry, and it's really good to welcome you today, which is Thursday, in case you've lost track. It's good to gather again, and today I've actually been and visited somebody 2 metres apart from another household, which was a real blessing to see a face and to be able to chat with somebody who's not quite within my immediate circle. We were talking about what it's like to be in the midst of a storm, and I've had this conversation several times with different people lately. There's been that analogy that it's okay, we're all in this together, we're all in the same boat. Have you heard people saying that? We're all in the same boat. And actually, though it's true that we're all experiencing much of the same change and difference, the fact that we're in lockdown, the fact that the children aren't at school, the fact that work is no longer the way it used to be, and that we are socially distant from one another, is the same for each and every one of us. But our experience of that will vary depending on what our situation is. I'm really blessed, and I know I'm really blessed. I sit talking to you from a kitchen table in a vicarage which has a garden outside. I know I'm lucky my wages are still going into the bank, and in a sense there is real security that I have at the moment. For others living in a one-bedroom bedsit, who may be on benefits, who may have several children within the one small space, that experience of isolation and of lockdown will be completely different. In our own family, we have people experiencing different levels of that situation. Some working in hospitality, some working in education, some with their own business, all of them experiencing different levels of anxiety or stress within the same one storm, if you like. And as I was thinking about that, I was thinking about what it feels like to feel guilty. I can sit down and during the day when I am feeling a little anxious or stressed, or if I've been unwell, or I just need a bit of sanity, if you like, a moment for myself, I like a lovely cup of tea. I like a cup of tea in my mum's tea set, which was given to her when she was married in 1954, I believe. For me, sitting down with a nice cup of tea, drawing breath, and just being is a lovely moment. But there are moments when I do that I experience real guilt. I start to think, what if you can't do that? What if you don't have the wherewithal? Why should I have that and somebody else not? Now, there is a danger of allowing guilt to turn you very inward looking. So you're thinking about yourself, and the guilt about what you have compared to what others might not have actually ends up not being so much about them, but about me. So I try to turn my moments of feeling of guilt into a feeling of gratitude for what I see around me and for what is possible and for how we can help one another. And I think that's a really important thing. To turn a moment of feeling guilty into a moment of feeling gratitude changes the way you look at the world. I'm not saying you don't care about others and you're happy that you're okay, Jack. That's the complete opposite of what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that for others, the battle and the struggle is real all the time. Not just in this time of COVID, but every single day of their life's existence. So for those who live in countries where clean water is just a dream, not a reality. For those who don't know where their next meal is going to come from, a daily reality. And for those countries where your gender makes a difference as to whether you can get an education or not, those are people's realities. And here in this country, there are so many people who are living in really desperate situations, with poor housing, with mould growing on the walls, with cramped conditions, and with no way of seeing a way out. All of those things existing as a reality before COVID-19 and well after COVID-19, I'm sure. I spoke the other day about this being the week of Christian Aid. On Sunday, I said that you wouldn't be getting envelopes through your doors this year like we usually see. But this year, you can give online and electronically to Christian Aid. But I would really encourage you to think about how you are able to give of yourselves in prayer, give of yourselves financially if you are able to, give of yourselves by helping your community however you can. That's what will make the difference in our world, not just during this lockdown time, but throughout our lives. How we go about rebuilding our community in a way that is caring and nurturing. Something of that is so important. The good news of Jesus says that he came to give freedom from the oppressed. Let the blind see. That's a huge thing to think about, freedom from the oppressed. Oppression looks different to all of us in different ways. And the reality of our situation at the moment is tough. Even if you're sat in a nice vicarage with a nice cup of tea, it's a challenge. But for some people, the challenge is so different. It's about keeping alive. It's about keeping sane. It's about keeping your whole family together. So as our schools are preparing for changes, as our workplaces are working out how the new way of being might look, and as churches are having conversations about what it might look like to gather again as the body of Christ, in separation in our pews, how we might share communion together, how we might do all of the things that we used to take for granted. When we are working through those things, I just think we have to do it with that call that we have from the good news of Jesus, to free the oppressed, to think about those who struggle most, to make sure that whatever we are doing it as a blessing to everyone else, and that we do it in gratitude for what we do have. And when our hearts come from that place of gratitude, then we care for each other more fully, and our relationship with God just flourishes and grows deeper. So wherever you are today, whatever your situation, whether you're being able to take 5 minutes to draw breath, have a nice cup of tea and think about where you are and where the world is, I would encourage you in that moment to really maybe offer up a prayer of gratitude, and a prayer for strength, for wisdom, and for peace. Because together we face a world we don't yet know how it's going to look, but we do know it's full of you and me, brothers and sisters, walking on a journey that Jesus walked before us. There is nothing we can face that will be new to God. So it's best when we face it together. I pray that you are safe and well. And if you need a chat, just ring. Take care until we meet again. God bless.